Damn camera don't work. Hey, people. My camera's still not working. I can't see myself. Damn it. Hello, YouTube. Can y'all hear me? Dark is the night and the moon shining bright. Who was this cat from the slum? Had a mind that wasn't dumb. Couldn't be like the rest, as the most he'll confess. But his time has run out and there's no happiness. All Diddy fly. Wow. Gonna make perfection by and by. Now that he lose, don't ask no questions why. Only game he knew was do or die. Ha. Game he played for keeps. Hustling towns and ghetto streets, trying to get over. That's what he tried to do, yeah. Taking all that he could take. Gamblers with the odds of fate, trying to get over. Goonies, do you know why I cannot see my camera? Do you have the answer? Why the camera in both of my computers is not working? I can't see myself, but I assume you can see me. So I'm going to have to go here with the story blind, right? We're going to pretend we're on the radio once again. There's breaking news. It's all over the goddamn YouTube. P. Diddy has been raided in both of his homes. First of all, we want to give props to how rich he is. They're showing both homes. Let me see. They're both homes. That's one of the biggest houses I've ever seen. I have never even seen a house that damn big. The Los Angeles home. Simultaneously, they're raiding his Miami property. I'm trying to figure out, why would Homeland Security be interested in his case? He's got several civil cases. We know about that. He's paid off people. Obviously, he knew this was coming. That's why he paid that woman whatever the tremendous number that he owed her in the settlement. And then other people started coming out the woodwork. So I'm thinking that if it's Homeland Security, and if the case, if they say they're raiding him because of sex trafficking in some way, maybe they're looking for women. If he's accused of actually having sex trafficking people, then there may be women in those houses who they want to catch, right? Because he's in Miami and Los Angeles at the same time. Apparently, this humongous house, this house looks like a schoolyard or something. Let's see if we can. My cameras, it don't work for me. Can y'all see? I can't even see what y'all see. That don't get. Anyway, this is the raid. You get out the way. Let me see. Let me get this out the way. You get out the way, microphone. Look at that house. I had no idea that boy was that rich, because this is not the only mansion. He's got mansions, I guess, in Miami. There's somebody being carried away. I think they're saying that this is possibly his son, and his son is on the mortgage on this house. That doesn't mean anything, because they could easily be using his son's name. But they're raiding both places. Either there are women there, or possibly they just want to catch him before he can dispose of all this video that he's been doing. Very similar to R. Kelly. They have to film everything, right? Because part of their perversion or their sexual appetite is filming things, correct? So it could be they're looking for video of the for the cases, but these cases are civil cases. So why is Homeland Security involved, and why are they saying sex trafficking? Look at that house. God damn it. Look at honey, it's 3 or 4 houses together. And that's in Beverly Hills, where you don't have those huge lots like that. That's a huge lot for Beverly Hills, honey. Believe me, I got busted there for driving around in Beverly Hills. You had to have a good reason to be driving. Look at the guest house even. The guest house is the size of most mansions in that area. They got about, it looks like about 30. I'm really frustrated about this camera thing. They got 30 police officers. I mean, Homeland Security. They're breaking in his house. They got machine guns. They're prying his gates loose with crowbars. In other words, they're not even knocking on his door. They're coming in with crowbars and those buster things, and they're knocking down doors and so forth to raid this man's house, right? They don't want anything moved. So my guess is video coverage, because apparently part of his kink was to videotape these things. Now, why that is involving Homeland Security, I would think that the only reason Homeland Security would be interested in a case like this, it would be if he's actually sex trafficking women or men. If he's got somebody in some room somewhere and someone is called Homeland Security, it could be something like that. I don't know why they would be involved in the civil cases. Whatever it is going down. Now, this has been escalating for, I guess, the past few months because of the allegations people have brought against him. Is it both of his sons? Ray, okay, now, Goonies, this is where you can come in handy. Instead of just agitating people, you can actually tell them what the hell is going on. He got houses like that and isn't he from New York? I'd imagine that'd be his biggest house. New York or New Jersey. YouTube has been having some problems. Multiple people are complaining. Oh, okay. Well, see, you are useful then, Goonies, because I didn't realize. I thought I was going to start pushing buttons and so forth because I can't see anything, right? But apparently, and it went out on both computers. So this is a YouTube thing. All right, so we just have to do the best we can. How you doing, Soul Sister Number One Show? You know, we haven't been covering this story. I don't cover all news, right? This is one that I probably regret because apparently it is a big story, and now it has hit its pinnacle when the feds come to raid you, and I guess Homeland Security will still be the feds, federal government. This thing is about to escalate, correct? So we can pick it up anywhere. All we know is all the news programs are showing this raid. Look at that. Look at that. They got tanks. Maybe they got tanks. They're knocking down doors. They're pulling people out of the houses. I don't know how you could even, God damn. How can you even cover that much land, that much house? Unless he's involved in something else, you know? I don't know. How come, Goonies, you the only one here? You and Soul Sister Number One Show. It's like there's underage children and they're alone with drugs. Something, that's what I was thinking, Soul Sister. In order for Homeland Security, they would have to be interested in actual sex trafficking. So we don't know what his sons are doing. We don't know what I'd imagine with all the smoke and all the heat that's been on him, that he wouldn't. Let me put my phone on. No, let me see if Goonie said earlier to turn my phone on and I can see myself, just so I can know what you guys are seeing. Okay, let me go to Timothy Blaine. Okay. Let's go to Timothy Blaine. Shaking all that he can take, gambling with the odds of fate. Okay, so that's me. Oh, that Goonies is smart because I can actually see myself on my phone. All right. So y'all can't see my TV. I'm sure this is everywhere though. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on. It's a time. It's not good enough. All right. They've got feds all over the goddamn place. Forgive me if I keep confusing the word feds with Homeland Security. Right. I don't know what all they're in charge of. I know that they're involved in sex trafficking, which would mean there would be women. Women can be sex trafficked. In other words, a lot of these people, they can go to other countries. They can bring women over here, and they're basically slaves, or they're locked in rooms or something like that. That would involve Homeland Security for sure. He puts Atlanta home. Oh, he got an Atlanta home. He got too much money. You don't need all that. This damn thing here is like big as a fucking federal building. Baby, please be quiet. Oh, I just know. I just want y'all to see. I know you're seeing it everywhere. Look at that damn house. Baby, that's a lot of property in Beverly Hills. That ain't no damn single lot, honey. A single lot might cost you $15-20 million for just the land with no house on it. Some people so rich they buy the houses and tear them down just for the land, right? He's got at least 6-7 lots there. All right. Some people have been following this thing from the beginning. They're excited because they knew this was coming. There's 2 big stories today. The Donald Trump story, where he got him his bond reduced dramatically, like about 60% of it's taken off. So all he has to come up with now is $175 million, as opposed to $487 million. That was one big story, and now we're being hit with this thing. Now he has to know, if he was doing payouts to this woman and other people, he had to know that this was going to end up in there was going to be a head. This would be the climax. When they start kicking your doors off the hinges and they start using crowbars to ruin your fences and so forth, and they got tanks on your property, they got Homeland Security all over the goddamn place. There's 30 of them here, and I imagine 30 of them in Miami as well. He's been accused of something that the evidence will be in the house. What y'all think? Y'all got any ideas on this thing? I know some of y'all have been following this case. The DSS will get involved for these alleged sex crimes. Okay. Particularly if this involves young, underage people, but anybody being held against their will would be sex trafficking. We don't know what kind of people he uses to clean his houses and so forth. But if those people are being brought over here and put and used for labor, that would also be Homeland Security. But it would be human trafficking. Let me see. Hi, Bishop B. All my regulars are not here. They said, Timothy, we got this story on 30 different channels, baby. Okay, I posted the whole story on my channel. Oh, you posted the whole page? Okay. Soul Sister #1 show has a channel on here as well. And we recommended that you go to her channel. What's the channel's name, Soul Sister? Is just under your name? I'll go there after I get off of here. Let me see what you got. I keep saying I'm going to try to get over to people's channels and see. So let me go to your channel is Soul Sister #1 show. So I know I'm subscribed, so I should come up. So they got so much soul stuff. So space. Okay. Soul Sister, is it under just your name? Sister. I hate you got to do all this. You can't just type it in. Is it under Soul Sister? What is this? YouTube Soul Sister 1 show. Soul Sister. I got that. Oh, I need to take a space out. Okay. No, I need to go to the name. Go to your name and go over. How do you go back over though? No. Go to numbers and put a 1. And then put show, right? They're going to be arresting him next. H. S-H-O. They're getting on the people's nerves. I'm slow, honey. So, no, they get. I can't get it with this. All right, y'all don't need to see this. Okay. So I can't get it on here. I got to go with the what do you call this thing? Remote control. It's very hard. So yeah, there's her link right there in the thing. She says she has the whole thing on her page. So says, hi Tracy. Tracy, you watching all this tea, honey? Tell me what happened. Diddy got caught with the stuck with the y'all can expect him to be being arrested at any moment. I forget what the number. Y'all remember what the number was that he paid Cassie? He paid Cassie and settled the damn thing in one day, right? So that means he knew that there was something that he has to worry about. And he got these huge ass properties. So no telling what's going on. He couldn't be. I mean, how much room did he need personally? He might have all kind of people in there doing God knows what. If they partying and doing all this kind of stuff. So I saw one of the guys who they're saying it was a son being handcuffed. Now, did they just detain him so they can go through the house? I don't know. I don't know why any one person needs to be walking around in all of these goddamn, but those are like castles. And he got them in 3 and 4 different cities. He got an Atlanta home as well. Yeah. You going down. They gonna take you. How much did Cassie get in that quick settlement? Y'all remember? Hi, Bishop B. I mean, I hate to be seeing some of these brilliant minds go down, but apparently this man is very violent and he's very sexually obsessed. Now, you can be sexually obsessed as long as everybody get paid, right? But if he's actually hurting people and making them do ungodly things, I guess more of this case is going to come out now. All it took was a child parent to call and say, my child is in there. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought initially. So, sister, I said, if somebody says that there's somebody in one of those properties, right? There are people in those properties. Since they're rated in more than one city, they would have to say, well, there are people. There are more than one. One person couldn't be in 4 different mansions, right? But as far as he has other properties, something specifically has went on in Miami and Los Angeles. He better hope he ain't got nobody in there underage. That would be the end of it all. All that dirt Puff has been doing. It certainly is a big story and traveling fast too. All the black folks is covered in the story. What's going on, Tracy? What, is this the year of the gloves are coming off? I think this has been coming for about a year. But of course, he's been, he's had allegations from the very beginning. Now, we don't care nothing about all of the salacious stuff. People just interested in him having sex with men. That's not illegal. What is illegal is him having sex with these women, holding them against their will. You're holding anybody against their will. Yeah, that is homeland security. Sex trafficking. Some of these women are young people are so enamored. They say 30 to 50 million. That's what Cassie got AT. Hi, AT2. I see you're covering this story as well. Y'all can get AT2's coverage. It was 30, 50 million. He kicked that out his ass in one day, right? So he knew he had something to fear from this woman. And she decided that I'll be quiet if you give me $30 million. So she said, I don't think that's a bad decision because he going down anyway. So why not get in there and get you some money? after the way he treated her. It was dirty. When Biggie and Mama had to fight to get her son's royalties. Oh, he wouldn't give Biggie's royalty money. Okay. Well, that's ancient history now. Apparently, this stuff is going on right now, honey. Mm. Tracy. Tracy said, I was hollering about your commentary regarding Jay Wilson talking about the men's in San Antonio. They want him, child. They want him the right way, baby. They want him, girl. Nobody wants him. I can't believe he got sons tied into this. They say he got sons tied into this. One of them was in handcuffs. They pulled somebody out of there in handcuffs. I mean, damn, how much? I just don't understand how much house do you need? I didn't even know houses like that even existed anymore. Right? In England, they getting rid of them huge ass houses like that. So many times this human trafficking are people who they use to clean their maids and so forth. They'll bring those people over from other countries. The people are trying to get into this country, whatever. They'll trick them over here, and then they're basically slaves. Somebody else got busted like that. I forget who it was. I think it was a woman using women as slaves. I don't know. It's either got to be that or video of some of these sex things that he's been doing. Now, I don't know how illegal it is to hire prostitutes to screw each other, but the person who's on the bottom, who's running these trains and doing these, what was all the shit that Cassie was saying, bringing these strange men and having them pick out the people who are going to screw them that night and bringing in all these people to have sex, and then you filming it. Would they be interested in seizing that film? Because it is illegal, because the person has either been drugged. I'm just trying to figure out, what are they looking for? Now, of course, with all these huge houses all over the place, there's going to be drugs on the property, I would imagine, because he doesn't live there by himself. He couldn't even go from, one room to the other, honey. Those houses were so big. He had 4 and 5 mansions on one piece of property. So there's all kind of stuff going on there, right? He is in the music business. I don't know the Homeland Security, though they employ them for drug bust. I don't know. Of course, more will be coming out. Maybe I'll take an interest in this story now. So his sons, these young kids, are they actually owning all these big properties or running them? It's trick trafficking because Cassie was taken to different states. Okay, Goonie said, is sex trafficking because Cassie was taken to different states. But Cassie settled, right? So why would they be pursuing her case? Christian and Justin were both in handcuffs. So both his sons were in handcuffs. God only knows what these people got excess money. It looks like they got just the parking lots for cars. They look like those parking lots could hold 100 different cars. Is he record in those houses? That means he would be responsible for everything that goes on in the house. But he's also very, very sexually, I hate to use the word perverted, but I would have to say a lot of perversion is going on there, right? And if he has it on film, if part of his kink was to film these things, then yes, they have evidence somewhere, just like R. Kelly. Why would he be filming every goddamn thing? He knows he's a criminal, right? He just felt like he could do whatever he can do. He could do what to do. And now he's gone from his mansions to a little cell that's half the size of his bedroom for the rest of his life, you know. Cassie has film on her phone. So you're saying that Cassie's not out of it then? Even though she collected all of those millions of dollars, they would still use her for evidence. They would still collect evidence from her. They've been talking about this for a long time, honey. I haven't covered it because it's too big a story. You know, everybody was covering it. And he's got men now coming after him as well. So now at this point, everybody's going to try to get what they can get from him because they know he's going down. He's going down. They want them because they want to get their crown, baby. So they all start coming now and trying to get what they can get because he's going to be in prison. It looks like. Probably they're saying his son's house. That just means that he put this particular property in his son's names. I doubt that these little kids, these little 20, 25-year-olds are in these 30-room mansions. They would even need all that. Why would they buy something like that? That's still his stuff. I swear, old girl. Y'all go over there and support Soul Sister #1 show as well. I've been neglectful. I need to get over there as well. Now I'm curious about the whole story. Let me see. Who is that man that will risk his neck for brother man? It ain't Diddy. Damn straight. That cat Diddy is a bad mother. Shut your mouth. But I'm talking about Diddy, and he can dig it. He's a complicated man, and nobody's sass him but his trade. P. Diddy. Baby. I didn't know that man was that rich. Now I can only, it's got to be something even more grand than that on the East Coast. That's where he's from. Justin is 30. Who is Justin is 30? That's his son. Very young to be. No, he has this stuff in his names, which is wise because when he goes down, you know what's going to happen to his fortune. So they're probably putting things in place already, getting ready. Mm. Nobody says him but his woman. Diddy Combs. Let's see who else is breaking the story. TMZ broke it, but it was no audio. He was one of the first. Let's go to the news channel. I saw some pretty good coverage in Albert because this stuff moves so fast. And then you got Trump. Okay, Diddy's this is from the New York Post. They only got 42 seconds, so that ain't entertainment. Diddy's LA, Miami homes. Let's look at US Weekly. Miami and Los Angeles in connection to a sex trafficking investigation. 25 Homeland Security officials raid his home in connection with federal sex trafficking. TMZ broke the news that federal agencies. I ain't gonna read all this shit. Yeah, brother, you're done. I didn't like TMZ coverage because they didn't even have audio. All right, enough of that. All right, people. I just wanted to come in here and chime in to recognize that Diddy's homes in LA and in Miami are both being raided. This is a serious raid. They have broken through the doors. They have used crowbars to get into his home. The issue is sex trafficking. This is what everyone's reporting. Sex trafficking. We don't know that this is involved with the Cassie case. My understanding, she settled for somewhere between $30 and $50 million. But there are several other people to come through. Since I haven't followed the story, I don't know who those people are. But this may also be something fresh. Because if he's got these big ass houses that look like schools or federal buildings, there may be a human trafficking involved in the upkeep of his houses, right? I have heard of that. People bringing people over here on boats and they're putting them to work. They're not paying them. and they're using them as slaves. More will be revealed. I'm sure we'll have more of this story by tonight. His sons were both put in handcuffs, but I think from a raid, when they raid your house, they will put these people in cuffs just to take them out of the house so that they can search the house thoroughly without them running around, right? So we don't know if they were actually, hi, Michelle Holly. Michelle Holly, that pretty name. Uh-huh. I'm sure there'll be more coming, more to come. I have been lax in this story. I haven't followed it. It looks like my hand's going to be forced now because this is a big story. What do I think they found? With them great big ass houses, I think they'd be looking for people. When they bust down the door, I remember sometime when I used to get busted, drug busted, they would knock the damn door down, and people be in there having sex and all kind of shit going on in the goddamn. For me, it would be hotel rooms, whatever. Right? They want the element of surprise. Since they're doing it to two different properties at the same time, they have the element of surprise. They don't want them moving stuff, right? They don't move nothing. Everybody freeze, honey. So they take the two sons out, put them in handcuffs in order to remove them from the scene. I'd imagine anybody that was in the house, they may remove them from the house and handcuff them so they don't go anywhere. Correct? He's had a lot of time, though, to be removing evidence, right? They've been talking about this stuff for 7-8 months since Cassie's story broke. I would imagine he would have been using all that time. But those properties are so huge, they're bound to miss things, right? There's bound to be rooms that have been used for sex. He might have a leather room there. He likes all his kinky shit. He may have cameras all through the house. They got to go and remove all those cameras. You would think that he would have enough sense to remove all that evidence. I'm sure there probably got to be trunks full of dildos, sex toys, all that kind of shit. You will go ahead and remove all that as well. All is going to be used as evidence against you. But a lot of it's going to be about those videos. Anything that has been recorded. It's all digital now, right? You would think, well, can't we get all that through computers? No, we want his computers. Right. So my guess would be the thing they're going to be pulling out of there are going to be cameras and computers. I'm sure he's got all kind of elaborate setup. Diddy does all kind of security stuff that he uses around the house. Sexy rooms where they go and they have these sex parties, these legendary sex parties, right? What occurred in there? Were people being drugged in the sex parties? Were any of the people or the girls involved in that? You know, these people have huge fan base, right? Girls that they just want to be with Diddy. They want to be with stars and rappers and all that kind of stuff. How much of that evidence is in the house? Victims don't have a say as it relates to criminal charges. The state or feds make the determination whether or not to prosecute. Okay, what's that? Eve has many faces. Eve has many faces. So you're saying that it doesn't matter if Cassie dropped the charges or not, if the federal government says that it is illegal. Correct. Some people are saying that moving people across state lines for the purposes of their for sex, if their people are not consenting adults, right, that would be a federal crime. Why do they call it sex trafficking? However, is he providing women or men for all of his artists? That could be as well. It looks like he got these houses. I don't know what you be doing in all these houses. I would say that, baby, please stop it, please. I'm trying to concentrate on the property that they're showing in Los Angeles, which I'm telling you guys, that's a lot of property for Beverly Hills, right? That thing was humongous. I would imagine then that do they have recording studios in these places? You got to use you. I mean, he's not even available to be there most of the time. If he's got 4 or 5 different mansions all over the goddamn country, he's not even in there very much. But what else is going on in those properties, right? What else is going on in these properties? They're they're not just sitting empty. So all kind of things could be going on in them properties, honey, including human trafficking. It seems like in Cassie's case, the boys were being hired, but he was very abusive to that woman. I don't remember all the details of the case with her, but he was doing all kind of stuff with her. If he's getting women high and just having all these people coming in there, including prostitutes coming in there just gangbanging them and filming it for your pleasure, yeah, they will want evidence of that. If you're dumb enough to actually have evidence of that. But we saw in the case with R. Kelly, he kept the video evidence all over the damn place, child. He wanted to film every damn thing. The Holyfield Mansion in Fayetteville. Holyfield got a mansion that size. I was amazed at how used that thing was. And then to think that there's more than one of them. That doesn't even include what's going on in Atlanta or on the East Coast. So we'll be following the story a little more than we have been now that it's actually come to this head, right? So yeah, he paid that woman. I did know that as soon as he paid that woman $30 to $50 million, I know that he in one day that he knew that he had illegal activities, right? And there was good cause to pay her off, to get rid of her, to silence her. But as the brother's saying in here, it don't matter. If he's broken federal laws, that her being silent, that would just be one witness. They can pick it up. It's like when a man beats a woman up. It's at some point, it doesn't matter if she dropped charges or not, right? Because she's dropping charges because she's scared. But the government can pick up the case and send your ass to prison anyway. Mm-hmm. Did they search Larry's house? Nail passport. I think that's what you call shady and messy. Did they search Larry's house yet? Ooh, Larry. Ooh, girl, don't even say that. I got to say, it has crossed my mind. Okay. Is it just like a domestic abuse case? You can tell. Oh, you said the same thing I just said, Goonies. All right. I don't have a lot of information. All these news stations don't have a lot of information. All we know is what happened, right? 25 rated in Miami, simultaneously 30. I guess these numbers are accurate. I don't know. But I saw the tanks. They rode tanks onto the man's property. They knocked his doors down, right? They used crowbars to pry into his properties. Then they rode their tanks in. There's at least 30 officers on that property right now. And we'll try to follow as best we can. But don't be dissuaded. Y'all go over there to Soul Sister #1 show. All 45 women who wants to be witnessed there. Ooh. So were there women on the property? Are they going to be women coming out in hot pants and sexy outfits? Where they've been kept there? We don't know. I'd imagine that more than just him lives there, though. Right? It would take you have to ride around in a cart just to go around the properties. He had go-karts on the property so you can ride from one house to the other house. The feds feel like they have enough. They need to raid them at the same time. Correct? So we'll see. Well, Uncle Tim, they said your name is in the Larry Reid diss track. Diss track? Oh, Lord. Don't y'all get back on Larry. We'll see. Thanks for coming in, guys. And thank you, Goonies. I have to say that you were useful today by saying that other people are having this issue with Google and these cameras before I started digging in and messing stuff up, pushing a lot of buttons. Later, people.